We are set to go racing around Knockhill. We have 32 laps of action to come. The lights go red, the lights go out, it is blast off. Harry King storms away, and from third on the grid, Matty Graham is on his toes. He tries to get up alongside Josh Webster. He will dive up the inside, going into Duffer's Dip. He's up the curb. Webster braves it out, but Matty Graham goes second after a really good start. But look, Harry King's already 4 lengths to the good. Remember, all the same car across the different teams, across the different classes, 4 litre, 485 horsepower. They're a real handful around here because there's not that much space to stretch the car's legs, as John Ferguson has a real moment there, heading down towards the tight right of McIntyre, but he gets away with it.
See, looking at the field, actually, there's only Esme Hawkey and Josh Webster that have raced Porsches here before. They didn't race here. Sam McLeod is making that move stick.
Now, is that smoke from Harry King's car? What's going on? There's something wisping out of the back.
That's coolant. Look, you can see it dripping.
So
that's
leader,
a huge amount. That's a burst water pipe. The radiator's at the front, but he's going to have to retire that car.
Harry King presses on for now, goes over the line. That was a slower lap by a good half a second or so. For how much longer can he persevere? So there's a bit of rubbing there. That was the squabble lower down between Mark Kimber and Will Martin getting themselves together. Esme Hawkey's catching up to this pack as well as they come down towards the hairpin. Sam McLeod on the outside, King to the pit lane. Harry King comes in. So the race leader, the championship leader, heads to the pit lane, and it's Matty Graham that picks up the race lead as Hannafin comes to the outside of Josh Webster for second. He tries the outside line going into Duffer's Dip. That's a really brave move. Proper Ginetta Junior style effort that, and look, and Hannafin has got in place briefly, but Webster gets it back on the inside line. But the big story is that Harry King, the race leader, is out. A battle on in Pro-Am, look, because Ryan Ratcliffe is having a go to get past Esme Hawkey. Will Martin has a go to get past Mark Kimber as they dive down now through Duffer's Dip. Martin crawling all over the back, goes one side, goes the other. There's a bit of a rub between the two, but still Kimber is able to stand his ground. Great little battle this going on. And that's Hannafin off the road, heading to the chicane. Third he was. Is he in the gravel? He's certainly off the road. He's certainly losing places, but can he rejoin? What had been a really good drive has come to naught. How did he get there, Tim?
He must have been side by side or something, I would have thought. It's a strange place. Oh, he got out on the dirt. Got out on the dirt coming out of McIntyre's and just never quite got it back on the tarmac with the throttle buried, and he's very cross with himself.
We're ready to go racing again. Matty Graham it is that storms away. Webster goes with him as they head over the line. Wiley runs third. Up to fourth is Dorian Mansilla from 7th on the grid, benefiting from the misfortunes of others. So can Matty Graham build the race lead, or will this time Josh Webster stay with him and indeed mount an attack? And 6th there, you've got Mark Kimber, who has still got Will Martin absolutely glued to the back of him. Certainly close enough to have a go, but he can only go on the outside line. He's ahead, but that's not going to pay off for him surely. Kimber goes deep into the corner. That forces Martin out wide. Sam McLeod tries to come back at the pair of them as they head over the timing line once more. The dent in front on Martin's car, a sideways Kimber. That just upsets the rhythm. He's under huge pressure. Now the undercut from Will Martin, but yet again the Brookspeed car is in the way, but wide goes Kimber. They make contact. Kimber spins. Martin is off the road all over the curb as well. He survives. Kimber is in the gravel, and that, I fear, is going to be another safety car period with Mark Kimber off the road. Matty Graham leads the way. Down through Duffer's Dip they come. We are now on lap 27 of 32. Off the road goes Will Martin. Sam McLeod still can't find a way past him. You see how doggy in the front of Will Martin's car is.
Oh, off goes Ryan Ratcliffe, but back on again as it goes through Leslie's on the curbs. Congratulations to Matty Graham on his first Carrera Cup win. Brilliant drive.
Great to have a new name as well. A first victory for Matty Graham. Out of the hairpin he comes. Round 7 of Carrera Cup GB, won by a delighted Matty Graham. Josh Webster takes second. Ross Wiley third for his best of the year as well, ahead of Dorian Mansilla taking his best result of the season. Scott McKenna 5th, and a lively Will Martin provisionally 6th at the cars pour over the line. In Pro-Am, Esme Hawkey takes a 5th win, and in the AMs, Justin Sherwood takes a 4th win of the season. Round 7 of Carrera Cup GB, won by Matty Graham from Josh Webster and Ross Wiley third. Dorian Mansilla takes 4th ahead of Scott McKenna and then Will Martin. Sam McLeod 7th ahead of the winning Pro-Am, Esme Hawkey. Ryan Ratcliffe 9th overall, 2nd in Pro-Am, and class rival Aaron Mason rounds out the top 10. Justin Sherwood 11th to win the AMS ahead of his class opposition, Justin Armstrong, John Ferguson and Lee Frost. And we lost 3 drivers, all of them pros, Mark Kimber, Lorcan Hannafin and the championship leader Harry King. Drivers look to the gantry, who is going to make the best start. In round 8 of Carrera Cup GB, bit of creeping from 1 and 2 in the pack. The lights go out, good getaway by Mansilla, but not as good as Scott McKenna, and he will lead the field down towards Duffers Dip for the first time. Mansilla tries on the outside line. What progress from Harry King, he goes round the outside there. Number 10 is the car to watch, the Team Parker Racing entry of Harry King, number 19, further back in the pack. Will Martin was on the outside line. There is King on the tail of the JTR car of Hannafin as they make the run up through the chicane for the first time.
Harry King's already looking like he wants to overtake at every corner as he comes up by Mark Kimber, who gives him a lot of racing room on the inside. In fairness, probably thought wiser than to shut the door.
Well, Scott McKenna is getting away. Ross Wiley has done the fastest lap of the race. Now look at this, the red car of Ross Wiley, quickest car on the road, stuck behind Dorian Mansilla. Josh Webster crawling all over the back of him, and then Matty Graham is in 5th place, and if anything kicks off here, that'll play right into the hands of Harry King because he could gain more places. Down to the hairpin, Webster to the inside line. Here he comes for 3rd against Wiley, who gives him room. Wiley gets in the way of Graham a little bit, but Josh Webster goes through. Graham goes up to 4th, and Ross Wiley gets mugged.
Yeah, he really got mugged. Look, Will Martin's got through as well and is being lined up, I think, by Harry King to get through into Duffers, and he does cleanly get through. That jostling amongst them. Josh Webster obviously thought, I've had enough of this. I can't wait around here any longer.
And a big slide. That is Will Martin getting it wrong, and that gifts another place to Harry King as Will Martin is off in the weeds. Now, meantime, Webster is all over the back of the Argentine. Can he find a way by? Down through Duffers Dip. This helps McKenna, but it also brings Graham and then King a little bit closer. Look, it's a queue of 4 pretty much for 2nd place.
Yeah, I don't see Josh waiting too much longer. Oh, Esme Hawkey's in the pits. I wonder if this is a legacy of the shunt she had in practice. Come on, Josh, what are you going to do? You've got to do something. He's going to try around the outside. He's got to hold it in.
Matty Graham up the inside, up the curb, contact. Mansilla gets turned around by Webster and off he goes. Who benefits most out of all of that? Well, it's Webster that gains a place. Matty Graham is up there as well. Harry King goes through. Behind him is Ross Wiley, but that was all a bit physical.
So here's the pass of Harry King. He's lined up McKenna, the first race winner, who leaves the door wide open. Well, Harry King doesn't need any second invitation and throws the car up the inside. Perfectly judged manoeuvre, gets it stopped, and, well, look what has happened now. He's up behind his nemesis and teammate, Josh Webster.
So Harry King, not that he's not trying, needs to go for it, and he does so now, to the inside line for 2nd place. He's up the curb, and that doesn't work either. Gap to the inside, here he goes, he's going to do it this time. Through he goes. Josh Webster gave him plenty of room, but Harry King is through, and straight away, look, he starts to stretch out that margin. 4.4 seconds his starting point. He's off the road, he's back on again, he's all over the place as he tries to defend. Dirty tyres on the limit, sideways, correction. Can he hang on to 2nd place? Webster fights back. Harry King having made that little error coming out of the chicane. Josh Webster has his nose in front, down to the hairpin. Harry King has lost out on the inside, but he should get the place back. Matty Graham is up the inside line as well, and Harry King, sideways out of the hairpin, is in 2nd place. Over the timing line here, John Ferguson versus Lee Frost. This is in the AMS, don't forget, and they're 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Justin Armstrong in the background. John Ferguson just hangs on to the place. A lock-up by Lee Frost, who's been a class winner this year. Justin Armstrong is trying to gain if he can.
Oh, John Ferguson into the pit lane.
Indeed, so out of 2nd place in the AMS, John Ferguson goes for the pits. It's Dorian Mansilla then, with Scott McKenna flashing his lights behind him, comes now up towards Clark's. But then there's yet more traffic arguing over position further up the road. Mansilla trying to get out of the way. Sector 1, the gap was down by another 3/10, so Scott McKenna is charging. He's got the wake-up call now of Harry King bearing down on him. Now, Harry King should clear both of them, or should he? No, because Frost tries to get back against Mansilla, and he moves across to exactly where Harry King wanted to be. He gets past him round the outside, Mansilla lets him go as well, so good driving by both the back markers there to get out of the way of an oh-so-inspired Harry King. We have now got 2 laps to go. It's just over half a second. Harry's going to have to dig deep here. It's not quite the shoe-in he might have hoped. Harry King thinks about the inside there, but he's going to run out of room because then there's the chicane. If he gets a good run out of the chicane, there's a chance at Clarkson. McKenna is sideways. That's going to give the advantage to King. Tries the inside. McKenna defends. To the outside line goes King. McKenna's off. McKenna goes wide and he throws it away. Off he goes over the curb, through the gravel, and Harry King has done it. Scott McKenna, rallycross style, gets back onto the circuit, but Harry King on the last lap of the race is up front. He is going to win another fantastic Porsche Carrera Cup GB race. We're running out of superlatives about the guy, but Harry King has done it again as he comes across the line to win at Knockhill. That is win number 6 of the season out of 8 races. Second place goes to Scott McKenna. He was unlucky, but it was a good drive for the first 31 laps, if nothing else. Third, Josh Webster. Matty Graham 4th. Ross Wiley 5th. Lorcan Hannafin 6th. Pro-Am winner Ryan Ratcliffe. The AMs go the way of Justin Sherwood. But Harry King, what can you say about the guy? We keep saying he's a star, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Round 8 of Carrera Cup GB goes the way of Harry King on that last lap. Scott McKenna 2nd and Josh Webster takes 3rd from Matty Graham, Ross Wiley and Lorcan Hannafin in 6th. 7th, Sam McLeod ahead of Will Martin and Mark Kimber, with Ryan Ratcliffe winning Pro-Am and taking 10th overall. Justin Sherwood, 11th to win the AM category ahead of Dorian Mansilla. Aaron Mason, 13th ahead of Lee Frost, and then Justin Armstrong. Esme Hawkey, 16th, a couple of laps down, and we lost John Ferguson into the pit lane mid-race with dramas.